everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you see today, we're back in RoadCraft, and I've broken out our slug, or I guess maybe more of a caterpillar. I don't think it's quite a slug, but this is our little scout, kind of a mobile base, if you will. And what I'm planning on doing with it is I'm going to run it over here to where we built the bridge in the last episode. We're going to recall a couple vehicles over to us. And then we're actually going to pave our bridge. Alright, just messing around with this thing. I think I finally figured out how to use it. Press and hold, and it deploys in. First thing we're going to do is we're going to bring out the bunker. And we don't have the best sand up here, but it is a lot better than what it was. And I'm going to reverse across our sand with the hopes of leaving the best possible surface. We're going to activate our paver. Alright, we're going to pull right off here to the side and park this guy. Switch over to our roller. There we go, we're actually rolling now. So last time I played this, or last time I did anything with the asphalt roller, it didn't really have any controls. And so if you look in the bottom right of the screen here, we have a L1 first control section. When I bring it up, it gives us the option to start and stop rolling asphalt. So when I first pulled across here, I noticed it didn't look like it was really changing the asphalt. And I couldn't tell what was actually going on with that. And I just noticed that option over there on the side. So we now have the means to turn on and off our roller, which is kind of cool. This should stop our road from degrading, at least slow it down. Alright folks, if you remember in the last episode, I also talked about playing with our new stump mulcher. That's what we have out right here. And I actually got hung up a little bit there. I thought I could just drive right up over that. I mean, I've got tracks, don't I? Should just be able to drive right across that. But we're on our way over here to clear some stumps. There's actually a target area that the game has laid out for us. It wants us to take out some stumps up there ahead of us so that we can lay pipe through here. There's actually a stump right here that I want to take out because I know if we lay pipe across this, it's going to grab onto the back of our cable layer and it's going to cause some problems. Get us an inside view here real quick. Alright, as you see, there's the white outline. That's our target area. We have to take out the stumps in that area. Might take out some of the trees too if the game will let us. There we go. We've made it through there. We're going to go ahead and roll up here to the top of the hill. Park this thing. Then we're going to see what other objectives we have. Let's go ahead and run this thing over there and explore that area. There we go. We're inside the objective. Explore the steel pipes facility.
Oh, for Pete's sake. This place is a complete and utter dump. I don't think you can do much until you clean this joint up. Might be an idea to get the larger hunks of trash, like that scrap metal, out of the way. At least there are some cranes that can help with that.
And there we go. We're now in the big crane. Looks like this thing's struggling just a little bit. But even struggling, we can still launch it. Alright, so I forgot to hit the unpause button there. Only thing that was really missed was the last few bits of debris over here, and Kelly coming to tell us that there's a shipment at a nearby location, and she wants us to go check it out. Might as well go ahead and run over here real quick, see if we actually have to unlock it.
This supply depot could be a huge help for the restoration effort. The power control panel's on the fritz, though. I'm thinking you could bring one from the old gas station. Nobody's gonna miss it for a while, right?
So we'll take care of that later. We'll have to get our crane truck around to take care of that. But let's go find this shipment she was talking about.
Now that you have the pipes, you can use them to restore the water supply at the steel pipes facility. You'll also need some steel beams and a functioning power cable. Mix all the ingredients together, shake a bit, and voila! A functioning steel pipes facility. At least that's the recipe.
Alright, running into a little bit of lag right here. I don't know why, unless the game just didn't like the way I decided to do this. Alright, I had to restart the game there. And it seems to fix the graphics glitch we were running into. Actually had all kinds of problems going on there. My camera was stuck, our graphics were glitching out. So I don't know how much of the footage that I'll be able to keep there. We're going to make a run over this way. Since we've got that river base over here showing on the map, we're going to run over there, get that unlocked, or at least try to. We'll probably have to install a piece of equipment or something over there.
Just there near the river should be a good place to set up your base of operations. In the meantime, we're being asked to do some quick repairs on the building so that it doesn't fall apart. Just gather the resources and get it over with. You know better than me by now.
Need steel beams and concrete slabs. Alright everybody, so we're going to be working on getting the construction base up and running. To do that, I've got to go over to the old gas station and grab, I believe it's a generator or transformer. I know it's something for the power. I don't remember right off. This episode is about 3 days in the making, actually. I had multiple issues the first time I tried to record it. Tried again, and just things weren't working out for me. So this is after about a 24-hour rage quit. But here we are. It's a control panel. Alright, there we go. We got loaded up. Let's go ahead and fold the crane, pack up our anchors. We're going to run this on up to the construction depot, drop it off, and that objective will be completed. Then we're going to work on getting some steel beams and concrete slabs. A little soupy right there. Looks like it's going to be pretty soupy right here too. Go ahead and kick it in low gear. Reduce that wheel spin. Got some places over here that could definitely use some sand. Once we get our garage over here unlocked, we'll probably work on that. We're just going to go ahead and drop it in place. Right like that.
Great work. Now we have our very own supply depot.
So we can sell yellow rubble and run into some more problems with talking today. Same problem I ran into last night. One of the many, that is. Well, let's see what we can buy. Concrete slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, that used up a little bit of our money there. But I think we actually need that. We've got a few projects here we need to take care of. And that money we'll get back pretty quick, especially considering we can sell anything yellow. So let's go ahead and grab these slabs. So folks, look what I found. I didn't feel like this truck weighed enough. So we got a huge chunk of steel on there. I ended up going the wrong direction. I was taking all this stuff over to the river base just to find out that that's not where this goes. We have to store this equipment. So we need to bring it down here to the Highland base, put it in storage, and then I believe we're going to be sending a convoy up, most likely to the river base. I'm not 100% sure yet. They might just be coming out of the transit point over here, which would be nice. But we'll figure that out here in just a minute. And here we are at our main base. We're going to pull right over here, park, and then we're going to start unloading this truck. Well, apparently we stored everything right there. I thought we had to at least pack or unpack everything. Apparently not. Truck's got a little more pep to its step now. Alright, let's see what we gotta do now. Set up the river base. Stored. Route. Plot a route. Start plotting. Got a tree down in the road right there. So we're gonna have to swing wide of that tree. As long as they clear this tree up here, there should be no problem. First one cleared it. The second one gonna clear it. Yeah, he cleared it just fine. Alright, and there we go. Our river base is set up. Now let's go ahead and take care of that pipe there. We've got it actually in the bed of this truck right now. And I misclicked, so I didn't hit the button to actually record that. But as you see, the new pipe is in. So sorry for not getting that recorded for y'all, but it is in, and I will make sure that we're recording when we drop these pipes off. As long as I can get up there without getting stuck. Because I've been lazy and not brought the dump truck and the dozer up here. Go ahead and pick this guy up. Alright, we got those two pipes loaded up. We're going to go down here to the pipeline. Deposit them into place. I say that. we might have some difficulty getting to it. I was going to try and take a shortcut, and we are almost flipped right there. Actually, this truck has almost flipped a few times on me. So far, I've been lucky and kept it upright. I don't know how we're going to get that thing in place. Because I did not bring the stump grinder over here, and we've got a bunch of stumps in the way. There we go. Toggle anchors. And pop this broken section out. Hold crane, toggle anchors, release the parking brake, and let's back up. You're going to back straight for that spot right there. Now, I know we're not going to be able to actually back up to it and drop it because the crane doesn't reach that far, but I am going to work on getting turned here without flipping. There we go. That pipe is in place. We got another break right there. Okay. Okay, let's go take care of that one there. I thought we had them all taken care of. Apparently not. I'm going to get these loaded up and get over there, replace that pipe, and see what happens after that. There we go. As you see, that is now completed. We're going to work on getting ourselves out of this hole, because I don't know how well that's actually going to work for us. Actually, that worked out pretty well. That should be all the pipeline repaired. Alright, folks. I'm not sure what was going on with the pipes. I've tried several different things, looked around. Only thing I can figure is that it's an objective that we have yet to actually unlock. We just saw where it needed to be done and did it early. Either way, it's done. So now I'm running some electricity over to, I believe, the steel pipes factory. I don't remember for sure exactly where we're taking this, but we're going to run some electricity here, try and follow this little swampy road, and see if we can't get some power restored. And if you all remember this from earlier, this is the path that we used the stump grinder, which is sitting right up there in front of us. We used it to clear this path out earlier, either in this episode or the episode prior. Pretty sure it was this episode. Like I said, this recording's taken me about 3 days. Alright, so Steel Pipes Facility has power. Electric field to Western Radio Tower. That's Western Radio Tower's down here. I'm going to work on getting over there but I'll see you when we get started on that one. Alright, so we found the spot out here on a little service access road. It's actually the right of way for the power poles. So we're going to come through here, we're going to tear up some ground. Doesn't look like we need a whole lot, like as far as the roadway. Like I said, this is just a little service road, service access, or utility access. So we're going to chew up the ground through here, lay some pipe. And I'm going to try to actually aim for this hole right here. We need to put a marker down. Let's go with that, and let's make it red. Right there in front of us, 100 meters out. And so far our digger here is just making short work of it. Only thing I'm concerned about is we might have some stumps up there. So we might end up having to get our stump grinder back out of storage, bring it over here, grind up some stumps to make a pass wide enough for this thing to squeeze through. Hopefully we don't have to, but we'll see what happens when we get up there. Alright, it doesn't look like we're going to have too many problems up here. Got a tree right there, we're just going to plow it right over. Gonna hook that one probably with our plow. Yep, pull it down. Trying to work just the left of this pole here. And it caught us. We're gonna back out of it a little bit. Problem is, there's a little rut right there that we got caught in, and I wasn't able to swing far enough to clear it. There we go. I see our little blue ring over there. We're gonna back out of this spot again. Need to go to that side of the rock. Might be a bit of a tight squeeze right here. Now look at that. Like a glove. Push down some more trees here. Here it comes. Boom. We have power. Alright, we got our bowhead out. Our heavy dump truck. We're going to go down here. There's a little bridge down here we're going to work on filling in. So as you can see, that's actually a little bit bigger than what I thought it was going to be. But I'm just curious if we can actually fill that in with sand. So, looks like our sand's hitting bottom. It definitely hit. So we're going to close the tipper. And the nice thing about where we're at, we can just refill all over again. We're going to keep doing this for a little bit and see what we end up with. So folks, I think we're actually making some progress here. Granted, I've been at this for almost an hour, but we are making progress. As I said, more than anything, this is just one of those things I wanted to see if you could actually do it. And so far, it's working. Not been the easiest in the world, that's for sure. As you see, most of the sand that I pour ends up going into the base of this thing. But it is working, so I'll get back to y'all probably when I'm done. Alright, folks. It has been about 2 hours since I started this little quest. And I believe that I'm just a glutton for punishment. This has been extremely difficult. Personal opinion on this, you are much better off to just go ahead and grind out, get in the concrete, bring it over here, build yourself an actual legitimate bridge. Because as you see, we've got a hole right here. Quite literally a hole. I don't know what's going on. I've tried dumping over the side. I've tried filling this in with sand numerous times. And as you see, we keep getting stuck. We keep getting hung up. That's been the most successful pass we've had so far. Still got that hole there. I'm hoping that I can lay this out, hit it with the roller real quick, and then come back, maybe lay a little bit more sand, smooth out our mess of a road here. Alright, so far so good. There's a few tricks I've seen online through YouTube, some Reddit forums that I've read. I'm going to pull out here and see if we can't make things a little bit better. I don't know if any of the tricks that I'm thinking of are going to work. Some people say that if you run over an item or area multiple times with the roller, that it helps. Others say that it all varies based off of your sand layer and your sand flattening. So basically, if your sand isn't flat, you can't ever get it smooth. We're gonna find out right here. 'Cause I've got a pretty big dip right there, and along with a hole right there in the middle. But I will let you know what we end up with. So I believe this is gonna be a lost cause, folks. And we do have a passable road. However, right here, we have a hole in the road that I am not able to get sand to fill. I dump sand and dump sand and dump sand, and it's just, there is a black hole right here. That sand keeps disappearing. This is the spot I was talking about. I don't know how many times I've dumped sand into it, and my game is actually starting to lag very badly and starting to get even more glitchy. So I think I may have broken something on here. But as you see, we can dump sand all through here. But the moment we try and dump right there, it just is a black hole. It just disappears. So if anybody's seen this before, let me know down in the comments below what's going on here. Why can I not fill this little gap? I'm going to get a pretty good pile going right here and use the dozer to push it over, try and smooth it out a little bit and see what happens there. If that doesn't work, then I guess this little endeavor was basically a waste of time. I could say it was just interesting to find out whether or not it works. But as far as accomplishing anything, this doesn't accomplish anything for us. Alright, here we go. We've got the dozer out. We're going to attempt to flatten this bit of sand right here. And just a straight up hole right there. I don't know if there's a void underneath the sand somewhere that for whatever reason didn't get filled in right. If it's reading a void off to the side, and for whatever reason our dozer is not wanting to drive over there. And there you go. You see we've got a major hole there that just opened up. And that is a legitimate hole. So I don't know if I broke the game or if there's something in the programming to keep me from building a bridge like I'm trying to do right here. But as you can see, it is messing with my graphics, my gameplay. Everything's glitching out. So I believe I'm going to wrap it up there. Next episode, we will revisit this, I believe. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm probably actually going to have to erase every bit of progress made on this map and just start this map over from scratch to undo the damage that I did right there. If that's the case, I won't make y'all watch it. I'll get it back up to about this point, and we'll see where we're at and what happens. As you can see, my camera controls have gone extremely glitchy. It's laggy. I'm actually trying to pan to the right, and keep it level. And it keeps hitting that spot and bouncing back around. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.